Today I was listening to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on one of his old lectures. And the minister was making it clear. You love the white man, God is going to set the white man on us. And he's going to come into our homes and kill members of our family that we think that are living a particular life. They're doing this right, but they're going to come and kill them. Why? Because it's an example for you and I. We don't understand who we are dealing with. We're looking at somebody that hasn't got a heart.
Go ahead.
What he's got beating in his chest is a stone. He can't feel our pain. Have you ever sit down with these people when you're at work and you try to have a discussion about slavery or what's going on? You know, the first thing they say to us, oh, that's a long time. You say it's funny. It's a long time for us, but it's a short memory for you, because you can't forgive your European brothers and sisters who have crossed you. That's why now today you have a problem in Europe, because you don't want Europe. This is what our work colleague, because I don't want to say me and him are friend, we work together, but he was saying we could never forgive Europe for what Europe has done. So I had to remind him, but you fought with everybody in Europe, so should the Europeans forgive you? I said, but it's funny, you can't forgive your own, but you want us to forgive you of the wickedness that you have heaped on us. And now that we're trying to find our way, it's a problem for you. All of us who loves football, love football. Was England playing? Is last week England was playing? And there was monkey chant. And the media is up in arms with this monkey chant didn't start when the football match. You've been doing monkey chant for years. How all of a sudden, oh, this is despicable. I had to say to a man at work, yeah, but you do monkey chant here? Exactly. I said, those same players play for individual football team, and it's the same people throw banana skin and do monkey chant on the field. So don't blame Europe for things that you're doing here, because we're trying to point it out to you. But no, not us. Yes, you. The man. Who is the man? What is the duty of the man? In the Holy Quran, Surah 114, it reads, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I seek refuge in the Lord of men, the King of men, the God of men, from the whispering of the slinking devil, who whisper in the hearts of men from among the jinn and the men. Another word for jinn is the devil. But we are listening to these people, hoping that these people has got a road map for us. Yes, they have one, all right. The road map, what they have is the road map to hell. This, we were taught, is a Christian country. They pick up the Bible, because the Bible they use, come into Africa, divide, kill, rape, and maim our people in the name of Jesus. We're not making nothing up. This is what they do. And these are the same people who are going around the world telling us homosexuality is all right. Well, when you brought the book, you tell us that this was abomination. And for those of us who are reading, we see man to a man is an abomination unto God. Okay. So how all of a sudden now you're telling us that no. You need to accept them and embrace them and let me teach your children from the age of 3, that is okay. And some of our brothers and sisters, you dare say anything to them about this lifestyle and you become the devil. Live and let live. Well, all right, let's live and let live. How you don't want us to live amongst our brothers and sisters, teaching one another what it's going to take now to have a nation. Minister Farrakhan gave us the 8 steps of atonement. It's something for us to look at. The first one is to point out the wrong. The second one, to acknowledge the wrong. Because once the person points it out, that means you're going to have a conversation. Because now you need to know, what is it that I've done wrong? But now when the person is pointing out the wrong to you, you can't be getting vexed because they point out the wrong. When Brother Alvin was up here, he was speaking about the spirit. You know, sometimes we go places and he said, my spirit don't take this brother. Yeah. My spirit don't take this sister. Do you believe in this spirit? Do you believe in this spirit? Because you can go somewhere and something is wrong here. But how many of us will speak about it? How many of us who've got friends that you have to tell them the truth? Because you know, once you tell them the truth, you know what's going to come next if they don't know how to handle it. And that's what it is with us in the world. We are walking tall and people can't understand. Hold on. 460 years ago, your people was in slavery. Now, the way how you're walking like you own this, which we do, because we are now finding out that all this is ours. But now when we are walking, you got a chip on your shoulder. You see, this is what I say. I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I have the Brazilian rainforest on my shoulder. Praises are due to Allah. Because you can't see a chip in a wall. If you remove a block, a brick, you can definitely see something is being removed. But what? When we are at work acting the fool. Oh, Floyd is he's a good man. Come into the pub with me, Floyd. You see, from the day you said no, the first question, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You're not coming with us no more? You don't drink no more? What, you think you're better than us? I never use those words. All I'm saying, I'm trying to get my life together. A little about what Alvin was saying. When I was speaking to a sister last night, and she was saying, "Oh, brother, you know, it's just good to see the brothers." We was at the Black Carpet Awards, like the Black Oscars. Beautiful. And the sister was saying, "Wow, you're so young." I said, "No, sister, I'm 57 years old." She said, "No, you're not." She said, "What's your secret?" I said, "I'm trying 1 meal a day." Sister said, "That can't be right." So I said, "Listen to you, sister. You just said to me how I'm looking so young. I've declared to you my age and how many children I've got and grandchildren. And the first thing you said, no, that can't be right. You eating 1 meal a day." So I said, "How much meal do you think I should be eating?" "You should be eating as much as you can." I said, "No, sister." I said, when you understand that your food contains poison, and the more you eat is the more it weighs you down. And when we was in study guide, a brother was saying, when you eat and that food go into your bloodstream, it slows down the oxygen from going around your body that makes you lethargic. Stop your brain from sticking on a particular level. Now, when you're fasting, for those of us who have never tried it, try it 1 step at a time. So if you're accustomed to eat 6 meals a day, cut it down to 5, to 4. You know, see, Brother David don't play. He goes straight for the jugular. 3. But take your time so your body can start adjust to what you're doing. And then when you come down, take it nice and easy. Do a little fruit so your body can still answer you a particular way. And then, no food. Just for a whole day. And then, if you get the chance, you go into a room and see if you don't hear things that you wouldn't necessarily hear. Go places and all of a sudden things are just not the same to you. I'm sitting down with the sister, I say, sister, you know that this Caucasian is now telling you, you are what you eat. I said, we have to understand that there's a man that has been teaching this for years. And we are now about to take on that journey. Believe you me, it's not easy. Because there's sometimes when I'm fasting and, boy, all kind of deceptive intelligence start visiting you. Boy, you can do this. You can do that. No, it's fasting. No food. And when you're at work and you say these things to your white colleagues, they go mad. I remember when I was the first Thursday of this month when I was doing my 3-day fast, and they had bought some pizzas. And they said, Floyd, we bought pizzas. So I said, yeah, that's good, I'm fasting. Why? I said, for health reason. Yeah, but what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know. But before it come, I'm trying to deal with it. And everybody in the office was saying, hold on. You're not eating no food until Sunday. Oh, Floyd, you're going to die. I said, all right, well, we're going to check and see how I feel as time goes on. So when you come in the Friday, Floyd, you all right? I said, yeah, I'm all right. I jump up on top of my lorry. I'm doing this, doing that. I said, Floyd, you're not feeling? No, I am not feeling ill. Stop coming and trying to convince me that I'm feeling ill. If you want to eat, you go and eat. I'm not eating. I worked the Saturday. The man come outside. He said, oh, would you have a cup of tea? I said, no, I don't have no one at work. Make me no tea. I make my own tea. From the time I watch Roots and see what happened with Kizzy, you're not making me no tea. I've got that in my mind. The Ingram, you ain't making me no tea. And when I'm going, I'm washing out the cup, and if it's not a new cup, I'm not making no tea. And I said to them straight, because they say, oh, you don't make no tea, you don't eat no food. I said, but do I look like I'm falling down? I say, you keep telling me how young I look. Because I've got a manager, and he's 47 years old. My wife came and seen him. She said to me, you're lying on the man. Because you know Caucasian people, you know the first, oh, guess my age. I said, I ain't guessing nobody. He said, I'm 47 years old. The other day, he's tying his shoelace, and I'm saying, brother, he put his foot up on a bench, and I'm saying, oh Allah, please, oh Allah, please don't let me go that way. For 47 years old, his stomach is hanging out. And I'm saying, because, see, I don't want to laugh because, you know, sometimes when you're dealing with yourself in a particular way, you can say, well, I've got it locked. And then next thing you know, I start joining him in the club. And then you go to say, what happened to you? And I'm saying, yeah, but you need to stop doing so and so. And I remember the minister say, don't try to think you can change these people. It's very few of them have time for the black man and the black woman. They don't understand our trials and tribulation. I hear them sit down and, yeah, but slavery was the other day. I say, yeah, it was the other day. So why am I still suffering today? Why my people are still being marginalized if it was just the other day and you have dealt with it? Why can't we go and do for ourselves? Why can't we have a nation that we can now teach our children? Why can't we have our own hospitals and clinics just like other communities? Yeah, like who? So like the Jews. They have their own ambulance service, they have their own security service, they have their own schools, they have their own clinic. You don't have a problem with that. Why you have a problem with us? I say you don't love us, so we are saying to you, let my people go. Let us not be a burden to you no more. Let us separate ourselves from you. Let us now do something for ourselves. But now we are realizing if we move from them, your society crumble, because your society needs our back to be the burden bearer of everything that you're doing. The other day I had to sit down and say to myself, I love the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
I love that man, because yesterday I was deaf, dumb, and blind to the reality that's facing us. I'm listening to the news every day because I'm a driver, so I've got to be the traffic, and in the news is Brexit and Brexit and Brexit. But where is our Blacksit? Well, we think that these people are making arrangement for us. You know, one of the key program in Brexit is immigration. Windrush wasn't just something that popped up yesterday. Windrush has been on the burner for years, and they are trying their best how they can best deal with us. The scriptures say, come out of her, my people. Be not partakers of her sins and her plague. Meaning, get out of her workplace. Get out of her system. Because her system is taking us down. Windrush. And Windrush wasn't the only ship that they used. They used other ships, because when I was speaking to one of my uncle, he said Windrush mainly dealt with Jamaica. But they had other ships that they were using for the other little islands. So you'll have a ship that will pick up from Antigua, from Dominica, from these other, like go to Barbados, and then make their way here. But the bulk that came from Jamaica came on Windrush. We came here, our parents came here as British citizens. That's what was stamped in their passport. And then 50 years on, after you're paying your national insurance and the rest of it, somebody come and knock on your door and says, oh, you're an illegal citizen or illegal immigrant. No. If we were to treat these people in that same respect in the Caribbean, and knock on their door and tell them, you're no longer wanted in this country. You know what would be the first thing that they will look at? Is their foreign policy that are giving money to all these islands in the Caribbean. See, you have to understand that you're dealing with a devil. That if he can't have his way one way, he will deal with it the other way. There is a brother, I wish my wife was in here, he had a program on BBC One, the brother that's in the wheelchair.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He was doing a tour in Africa. And I was following him, because my daughter was there watching him, and I'm very intrigued when my children are watching black presenters on the telly and what they're doing. And he was going through Tanzania, he was going through different parts of Africa, and he was showing that even though certain things happened in Africa, 99% of the black population is still poor, raggedy, and out of doors. He went to South Africa, and he was talking about Nelson Mandela, but then he showed you that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. But then he said to the brother who was driving him around, take him to the white area. And I'm telling you, as I'm sitting down, my blood started getting hot. Because when the man was driving through, he had to say, oh my God. Their fences was up here. Yeah. They wasn't living in no shack. They wasn't living in no shanty town. And I'm looking and I'm saying, this is heaven on earth. You have got 5% of the population owns 70% of the land. And here's some brothers and some sisters saying we want land. And they start building. And you know what the government do? Push down their houses. And the brothers and say, well, we're going to have to start all over again. And that's why we're saying, brothers and sisters, we need soldiers. Because we're going to have to take on the man. Because we are the men. We are the one who create that man so we can look at what we do not want. But guess what? It's going to take some hard work. The book says that God's people are stiff-necked, hard-hearted, and rebellious. That's us. You don't have to go and look nowhere else. We don't like us. The white don't like us. The Asian don't like us. The only person that like us is God. So, stiff-necked, hard-hearted, and rebellious. We are easy to lead in the wrong direction. Hard to the right direction. I.e., brother, you want to come with me to a meeting? Boy, them man, they're too deep, man. Them want to come mash up my things, bro. I want to check a white girl, bro. I want to buy some weed, buy some liquor. Brother, you want to come with me and dance? What the dance then? What time you come pick me up?
5 minutes.
You see the difference how we deal with things? Brother, let us go and build a nation. Boy, build a nation for we done in England already, boss. We don't need to build nothing in England. You know, say them have them NHS, them have the dole service. Yeah, but it's not yours. That's why when you sit down in front of them, the people in them start to strip search you of your mind. When was the last time you worked? Show me the paper when you went on the internet. You do this, when you do that. Not that we are going to give you an easy ride in our world, because there's no free ride when you come here. You have to work. Work on self. First. The minister said self-improvement. So whatsoever things that you have a problem with, you have to deal with it. For those of us who were here when brother was speaking, Brother Alvin, that's why I love Brother David. Brother David give you a mirror. Yes, brother, brother, because you have all of us trained, brother. Brother David, come and he will speak to you, brother. Why you not so and so? Brother, fix up yourself. It's a reflection of him. Man sharpens men. Women sharpens women. When we go places, Brother Juan, when we come out the car, we look the bit. We've got our mind focused on what we're doing. Understand that we're going among our people who may not necessarily accept us on the first of seeing us. Because some of our people see us in a suit. Oh, them think them better than we. Until when they get, how are you, my brother? You go and have a nice meeting, my brother. Sometimes we hug them. And you can see. The minister say, We have to love our people more than they hate themselves. That when you walk off and you look back on the brother, you say, damn, that man, they don't know me, bro. The way how the man hold me and treat me like him. Yeah, we know you, brother. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, when you look at a black man and a black woman, you're looking at God. We have been taken so far away from God that when we see God, we stand up with one another. Brother, is this your ends? I said, brother, the whole earth is my ends. I say, is this your ends? Yeah, brother, I control these streets. I say, yeah, so how come when a white car with some orange stripes come down the road, you move off of your ends? That's right. But when a brother come down the road, you automatically pump yourself up and, brother, what are you doing in my ends? I said, brother, foolishness. You don't get no poll tax for here. You don't get nothing for the corner that you claim that you're on. But you're telling me you will run up, praises as you tell, you will run up on a brother and sister who is walking in the area probably looking for a friend. But when you see somebody drive down in a white car, you don't pull up on them. See, one time we was in Broadwater Farm and we had to demonstrate to our young brothers, if this is your ends, brother, we're not wronging you for want a piece of this of your own, but you can't be taking charge of it against your brother and then have another man come up on your ends and you're running and leaving it. I said, let us show you how this is done. The police drive up and we flag the police car down. I said, what's up, officer? How can we help you? The police said, what do you mean, how can you help you? I say, you have driven around here 4 times. And in the 4th time you have driven around here, you are staring at those young brothers like you want something to happen to justify why you're in here. But we are asking you, as members of the Nation of Islam, what do you want? Because we're here now, and we are not allowing you to do them things to our brothers. Well, you know, the young brothers was like, damn, that man a bad man. I said, no, brother, we are not. We don't carry no gun, no knife. We carry God. And if you say to us as your uncle, this is your ends, we are showing you what you're going to have to do as men to protect your ends. Praises are due to Allah. We need to stop. We need to stop this foolishness. Brothers and sisters, this work is not an easy work. But guess what? When you do this, is a fulfillment when you go home. Last night, this is not just for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad alone. Minister Louis Farrakhan is for all of us. He has given us all the books. He has done all the tapes. You can go and find it. He will charge you up, but then when he charges you up, you can't make the lights go out. Because the purpose of this devil is to put the light, praises are due to Allah, is to put the light of the messengers out. The Holy Quran says, we hurl truth at falsehood until it knocks out its brain. See, don't just look on us as we're in a suit. We are just like any brother and sister on the street. We are trying to take up all the different layers that push us down. And now that we are seeing a form of light, let me pass the light on to another brother. Let me pass the light on to another sister. Come, sister. Come. Praises are due to Allah. You know how I felt when I got my ex? I knew that every brother and sister got their thing. I went all at work. See, this is when you are a little baby and you don't understand. The X is in the nation. No, I carry the X to work. My name is Floyd X. Man said, Floyd X. I took it to work and man said, who's Floyd X? I said, me. X mean the unknown. The name that my parents have is not their name. Man said, oh yeah? Well, I'm calling you by that name. Okay, I'll go back to work and I said, I'll go back to the nation. I said to Brother Andrew, I went to work and he said, no, brother, no. I said, well, I did it anyhow, brother. He said, brother, you got to be very mindful. But see, when you're a child, you understood as a child, you do everything because you're in that childhood state. But when you're looking at a man and see what it is to be a man, you put away the childish thing. And now you start, but no, not to the part where you're arrogant, where nobody can tell you nothing. Because now if you've got children and grandchildren, they're looking at you.
Yeah.
While we was out last night, there was a young man who come up to me and said, are you his dad? I said, yeah. He said, I have enough respect for you, you know. He said, your son always talking about you. He said, you're so strong. I had to walk away. Feel kind of strong with it. Thank you. Praises are due to Allah. Because if we don't leave something for our children, if we don't leave something for our grandchildren, who's going to? You think Boris have an intention to leave anything for us? You think when you saw Theresa May bawling, I love this country. No, the wickedness that you wanted to perpetrate on our people, Allah bring it back to you tenfold. And that is what these people, that is what their system represent, the annihilation of the black race. You know that they have in their head 2.5 billion people must be erased from the earth, and Africa is in the path. You know the Caribbean is in the path. You know they're in the Caribbean giving our people injection, and most of them don't know what the injection is about. I remember when I was growing up in Antigua, it was like every year you had a tetanus. No, yeah, the tetanus was every 5 years, but they used to come around the school at least once a year and giving you an injection for this, that, and the other. It's only when I came into the nation and the minister was asking, what is in those vials? I remember when I was growing up in the Caribbean, because I spent 17 and a half years there. Anytime anybody died of cancer, you know they come from America, England, Canada, and these places. You were sure. When you said, so-and-so have cancer, oh, no worry, he come from England. Oh, he come from America. No. Cancer is rampant in the Caribbean. You go and you look for brothers and sisters that you used to go to school with. And sometimes when you see, you have to say, oh my God, wow, is this my friend? You know, the other day, praise be to Allah. The other day I was listening to Morgan Heritage sing a song, Where is the Black Man Paradise? But the part in the song that got tears to my eyes is when he asked the question, what would we tell the youths? What have we left them? What is there for them to see? What is there for them to walk into? What is it that we are doing now? If we say, I believe the children are the future, how can they have a future and we, the adults, don't put something together for them? It's on us. It's not on them. That's why most of the young boys are doing what they're doing, because they're looking for men. And they see some of us want to act like them, want to be like them, like you don't know the time and what must be done. So how can they respect that you're my equal? How can I respect uncle when uncle is playing the fool? How can I respect daddy when daddy is playing the fool? How can I respect auntie when auntie is playing the fool? We come out of her. Come out of her system. Let us have a system of our own. And we do. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad has given us a blueprint with everything that we need.
Yes, sir.
When I was in Detroit, one of the things that I loved is that they had an archive section. And when you see the blueprint that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad had for the nation, the hospital, the houses, the clinic, everything, you know why they had a problem with him. And that's why they have a problem with you and I, because we are pledging to build schools, farmland, anything that we can spare of our finances. So when we ask for charity, brothers and sisters, we are not begging you, we are asking you to help us.
Invest in yourself.
Invest in your future. You invest in their world. No, they don't want you in it. How easy it is for them to kill one of us and said, oh, I thought this was my house. So you killed the brother. You got 10 years and the judge and the security person coming and hugging you and touching you here. But nobody is touching the brother's family. Nobody is seeing that pain. But don't think that, oh, that's new stuff. Remember what they do to, is it Jerry Gardner? Joy Gardner in this country. Don't think for a minute, oh, these things are happening in America and it's not happening here. They want it to happen here. But this country is a little bit more politically correct. Whereas America is damn right out where they are. They will tell you straight up, we don't have no niggas inside here. In this country, they will say, oh, you all right? It's just those others I can't deal with. That's why now our footballers are finding themselves in the place where they are to now do what? Because if you say to our brothers, come out of her. You have enough money, brother. Come out of her. You know, they will say to you, yeah, but who's going to give me my $350 a week? Because, oh, that is only when we go across to Europe. No, brother. When you go certain parts of this country, they throw banana skin and they give you the monkey chant. Surely that is telling you something. So whether you play for England or not, and it's not everybody, if I had time I would play you a clip that was done on LBC where this man was speaking to a supporter in the World Cup and he was making it clear that football team don't represent me. Them black players don't represent me. I want a fully white English team. So don't care how far you go to please them, it's never enough. So that within itself is supposed to tell you, come back home to your own. Don't care where you go in so-called religion. The darker people is at the back. See, I had a Muslim, my brother in faith, at work, and he was fascinated in the way how I express my Islam. I say, you know why you don't feel no way when I speak? Because one came, taught me about myself. Islam is not yours. We gave Islam to you. I said, and that's why I can hold on to my Islam. I can stand up with Christianity and understand, wow, all that is ours. I then need to know who I am in all this. What is my role in all this? Where do I see myself in all this? Where do I see my children in all this? I've got 3 girls, and sometimes I worry in what partner they're going to meet and what's before them. And I'm trying my best, myself and my wife, to teach them as much as we can about life. I say life is not what you see on telly. That's Hollywood. It's a wood that is hollow. You're seeing something that is not necessarily real. The real world don't go like that. It's kill or be killed. Understand what you're dealing with. See, everybody is looking for a bright future. Are we looking for it? Because if we don't have our future in our own hands, and our future is in somebody else's hand, guess what? When they close their hand, your future is finished. But if you have your future in your own hand, nobody can close your own hand unless you decide to close it. That's why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, our biggest problem is us. Take our foot out of our own way. Sometimes we meet some brothers and sisters who are not all together, and you're fighting your liberation. You will say, oh, it's good, but not for me. What are you saying? What is it that you want? You complain about confusion, and we say to you to come out of confusion, but you don't want no discipline. You want to come and do your own thing. Say, it can't work like that. Why you think these people have court? When you step or you break their laws, they carry you in the court and put you into jail. You know, one of the things they love to say to us, oh, you come from a broken home. So how are you going to mend my home? By sending me to jail. And then when I go to jail now, I graduated in thieving or criminology to another level. So it's like a wheel. I'm going in, out, in, out. No. If we sit down and teach one another, no, brother, no, I know you want this, that, and the other, but you can't break into somebody's house and take their stuff, because if you had that in your house, you wouldn't want it. One of the saying that I love when I hear Jamaicans say this, thief no love for see thief with long bag. You know why? Because you don't know what in his bag. And you always think that what he has in his bag is better than what you have in your bag. So if you're a thief, you look on another thief and you wonder, boy, is it my house he is broken into? I remember when I came into the teachings first, I used to be one of those who used to buy stereos for cars, but I never used to go to the shop. But I used to have the best in my car. I used to have a friend who used to phone me. I got the goods. And I would scrape up the money by what means I had to go and get it. And when I came into the teachings and the minister said, no, brother. He was doing a lecture and the lecture was personal to me. He said, when you buy from somebody who has deprived somebody else, how long you think it's going to take for that person to come into your house? And I had to say to myself, oh, so when I bought my first stereo, I treasure that stereo. And I then had to start learning. No. Do unto others. Notice the others ain't got no color in it. Yeah. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. So the same amount of respect that I or we demand, the same respect that you give.